Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you my quarterly Scentsy club, which I only get personally 3 times a year. I always skip one shipment. So this is an extra special box that's full of all sorts of sentimental favorites and lots of really good stuff. So we will dive in just a minute to the actual box. I did want to explain, if you're new, what Scentsy Club is and how you can enjoy all of its perks. So first off, you would have to pick a consultant. My website's always open for new subscriptions, and the best time to create club subscriptions is usually whatever the last month of a catalog is. So August, which is almost here, you would be able to take anything from our current spring-summer catalog that you just love, that you never want to be without, create or edit a existing subscription if you have one with me or any other consultant. Make yourself a subscription, save all those bars so that if you want them on the off season or the definite possibility that they were retired for good when you see next spring summer catalog and your favorites aren't there, your Scentsy Club is the place to save those goodies. So Always Get My Bar is the perk that I am describing right now, and that is that any bar that's current when you're creating a subscription or editing a current subscription, any bar they're offering right now, limited time offer in the catalog. Sometimes you can get a bar size of a special brick, all those goodies. Those can all be put into a Scentsy Club, and then you can save them for forever and forever, and it's amazing. Other perks of Club are reduced shipping. It's $8 for whatever club you've got. The ability to put in anything consumable, which does not include things like warmers or the actual air purifier or an actual diffuser, but all the things that you would put in those, like an air purifier filter or the oils or the bars themselves or even cleaning or laundry detergent, all those things. Those are all available to be shipped to you in Scentsy Club. Now there are 3 different frequencies available. You can have all of them, or you can have 2, or you can have 1. I carry most of my seasonal and really beloved bars that I don't use a ton of in my quarterly club. I also personally have a bi-monthly for bars that I use more of in a year, a lot of bakery and things like that. So I hope that those things are helpful. And like I said, August is a great month to start a Scentsy Club, and that is just around the corner, so you can save things that are retiring for the season, and you do not have to worry about whether they're going to be back next spring, summer. So let's just dive right on into my box. First off, when you have more than $60 US in any club, then you unlock a half off item. And this particular one here is our brick. And there are certain bricks, which is another perk of Scentsy Club, that are available only to Scentsy Club subscribers. And I believe they are $24 a piece. There are a lot of classics in there like Blue Grotto, Johnny Appleseed. This is Coconut Lemongrass, which I really think is one of my favorite clean and bright smells Scentsy makes. I've gone through a lot of coconut lemongrass this summer, and it's just so happy. So lemongrass is lemony smelling, but it's more like a stalky herb rather than a fruit, and it has the beautiful creamy coconut in there too, and it's light and it's bright. It's great for banishing stinky smells, and it's good for lifting your mood. And at $12, being my half off item, that is a fantastic deal. So now we're going to get into this very large box o' wax, and I like to just pull these out for my club videos randomly, so it's a surprise to both you and me what I'm going to talk about. First off the top of the pile is a hazelnut frosting. This is an amazing bar, you guys. I've had this in my club for many years. Oh, it's so good. This was part of a holiday trio several seasons ago. I believe Evergreen and Grapefruit and maybe Brown Sugar Praline were with this. This one has endured, and I really enjoy it. I think this is one of Scentsy's better buttercreams. I like it better than any of the things that were in that buttercream, vanilla bean buttercream mix-it-up trio thing that they did, or collection, I guess there were 4, last Christmas time. This was just amazing, and I've kept it for years. It has ginger, it has hazelnut, and it has vanilla bean buttercream type frosting. It is fantastic. It's soft, but oh, is it good. So the next one on my pile here is Maple Vanilla Glaze. I've got a couple different mapley ones in here. Maple Vanilla Glaze was from last year's holiday trio. This thing is so decadent and gooey. It is mapley, almost like a drenched maple donut with ooey gooey, like icingy, frostingy glaziness all over it, and a giant cup of coffee sitting next to it. There's no actual coffee in this, but it just always makes me think of that because it's so incredibly over the top, mapley, ooey gooey in a bakery way. The next one that I've got here is another long enduring one in my club, and that is Cozy Cashmere. This is similar to Cozy Cardigan, but it's got musk and blackberries, and it's a little sweeter. It's a very cozy scent that I like in the middle of the winter. It's just so good, and it is unique, and it has stayed and stayed in my club. Several times I've wanted to pull this out, and my teenage daughters have rescued it, and I'm glad at this point I've just given up and left it in. Next, we have Sweet Plum Pastry. Now, some of you probably picked this up in the bakery bundle that was recently available in flash sale. And Sweet Plum Pastry is just so nice. It sort of has a cult following. Oh, and this is a newer bar. This is nice to see because a lot of my bars have been older. This is a newer bar of Sweet Plum Pastry, and it has really good scent with the bubbly plum juice and the crust. Oh, very nice. Great fall cozy scent. Excellent, excellent bar. All right, the next one we've got here is Cozy Spice. This is another relic. This was from the Cozy Collection where there were 5 amazing bars. Oh, this is so good. So Cozy Cashmere and this one are the 2 that have remained in my club over the years. And I mean, this is still an old bar. We haven't gotten to, I have never seen a Cozy Spice that's poured with the new scent note thingies on the back. I hope someday to get one because this is one of my faves. Like, this is probably in my top 10 of this club. I've got a lot of bars in here, and a lot of them are just so good. But this Spice Bar is a little bit sweet and creamy and gentle compared to typical Spice Bomb bars. So it's just so pleasant. It's so, so good. I was melting this, honestly, the other day. I really, even though it's July, have had I need my bakery fix week. Like when you see the what I've been warming that's going to come up on Wednesday, I really needed my bakery fix, and that was in there. So the next one is Maple Apple Bourbon. This is an amazing fall scent in my home. It has really nice, like, maple oakiness. It's got the bourbon, and it's got a great red, delicious type apple. This is very strong, it's assertive, and to me it is just comfort and cuddliness and warmth, and it is such a good performer. But being that it's a rather strong bar, I don't think that they've retired that, but if they did, 3 a year, I'll probably want 1 more, but 3 a year would be enough. Ooh, now I have French Lavender. I don't know whether I'm going to keep this for forever and forever, but they retired it out of last spring-summer's catalog, which is one of those things that I was just referencing at the beginning of this video. Sometimes there's something like this that is a real classic that Scentsy just gives the axe. They get rid of it completely. We have Whipped Vanilla Lavender in our current spring-summer catalog, and that is nice. But this, I think, is the best lavender that Scentsy makes. So I have this in my quarterly club, and I may or may not keep it for the long haul. I should, though, because I'll regret it when I run out of the bars that I do have in stash. It's just perfect. It's the perfect lavender. All right, next is Summer Rain. This one was Bring Back My Bar at one point, and a long time ago, I had this in my club from when it was a scent of the month. I did take it out. I really regretted it, so when we got it back for BBMB, I threw it back in my club. I'm not taking it out again. This is the best midsummer, soft, warm, watery smell. It is rainy, it is gentle, it is just beautiful, and it's just a great, happy, happy bar, and it's unique enough. It's got cyclamen, black lava salt, some other things, and then the French lavender is just plain herbal lavender. There's nothing else in it. Ooh, now this one, I'm so glad I've got it in my club. I think we'll see this back, and we'll know the new catalog very quickly, very soon, few days. But around the campfire, let's say they did get rid of this, I would be so sad without it. This is the most unique bar. It has the sweetest, sappy, smoldery, truly like a pile of wood ashes that would have been out on your campfire, but in the nicest way. And it's an amazing mixer, and I just wouldn't feel like it was really fall without this bar, so I clubbed it just to be safe. Another one is Cinnamon Pine Cones. Now this was Scent of the Month, December last year. This is very good, but it's even better when you mix this with Very Snowy Spruce. Those two together just became one of my favorite, like late November, early December type scents. And as consultants, we can always get the kit a couple weeks before the rest of you. So I was mixing and melting this in November when the rest of you got it in December. Oh, so good. So it's got the cinnamon. It has sort of an earthy pine cone, and then there's a little bit of evergreen in the background. It's sweet, it's sharp, it's spicy in the most wonderful, classic holiday way. It's so good. All right, next one in here is Farmhouse Fir. Now, a few people tried to get us to to vote this back in our last Bring Back My Bar round. I don't believe it made it. I didn't even see it in the top 25, but it was nice that at least it was there. Oh, this is so good. So I just keep this one in my club because it's probably never coming back, even for BB&B. This is fir needle and grapefruit and a little bit of cedar. Oh, it's so nice, you guys. It's gentle, it's warm. I use this more Thanksgiving-ish than I do Christmas because to me, it is a kickoff to the holidays kind of a scent. It's not as hardcore pine as some of the others. Ooh, here's one that's for my younger daughter. Caramel Apple Craze. Now, I really think this is coming back, but she loves this scent. I think this is what's in the catalog right now, her top most nostalgic fall winter bar. It's got apple, it's got vanilla, it's got wonderful ooey gooey caramel, and it's perfectly balanced. There are some caramel and apple type smells where I don't feel like we get enough caramel, or there are some where there's too much caramel. This one's just right, and it gives you the sweet and the apple in beautiful balance, and it's very strong, and it's a really good performer. The next one is Cranberry Pumpkin Spice. This was from Harvest Trio, I think 2 to 3 seasons ago now. Oh, this bar is so good. This is a very Yankee type bar. It is very sweet, spicy, but with all the right notes so that it feels so Thanksgiving to me. So perfect and old school in just the most comforting way. The cranberry, the pumpkin, and the spices are properly balanced, and it's just a good medium throw, really, really cozy smell. White Sands. This I used to have in my club for years. Then when I knew that it was going to be coming back for our last Bring Back My Bar that we had in June, I pulled it out for a few months. But it's so nice, you guys. This is a great scent for the bedroom. It is a spring-summer scent, but this is so elegant that I'll even melt this late winter when I'm kind of getting the blues and I want something tropical and sweet. This has jasmine, rice milk, coconut. It's beautiful, and it is so soothing and so elegant, and it will be staying in my club for probably forever. Next one in here, ooh, and I know I have 2 of this. This is my 2 of bar. Last November, Scentsy hit it out of the park for me like nothing else from last year that was a brand new formula. Now, last year I got my Cozy Fireside back, which is in this box too, but Sweet Orange and Evergreen is the scent I fell in love with the hardest from 2022. It is so perfect, so nostalgic for me. The most beautiful, very much like the tart mistletoe from Yankee, holiday greens scent. And it's got a little bit of orange, but there is just something about this that is so perfect. I have 2 in here because I don't know whether that's going to make it into the catalog, and I will want to melt 6 of those in a year for sure. I will go through tons of that. Rustic Lodge. Now here's another one which I'm so happy I just got back from our last Bring Back My Bar. Again, like Summer Rain, but I regretted this a lot more. I had taken this out of my club at one point. I will never do that again. This is a late fall, wood smoke, oak moss, crunchy leaves, wonderful woody smell. So, so nice. And to me, it's not quite holiday, but you certainly could melt it with something like your cinnamon pine cones. But this to me is like late October into November, almost like hunting season, and it is gorgeous. Very homey and comforting and rustic. And that's sort of a medium strong. Those new bars need a little bit of time to cure, and then they will be powerhouses. Ooh, next is Painted Leaves. Now, Painted Leaves, I was never going to put in my club because all by itself, I don't love it. And then somebody suggested that I mix it with Around the Campfire. It was like record scratch moment. This is so good with Around the Campfire. It's woodsy, it's earthy, it tames the sharpness, because I don't mind this by itself, but it kind of wears out its welcome fast for me, because this has like blue spruce and very sharp golden woods, late fall again, kind of like Rustic Lodge. But where Rustic Lodge has that mellow earthiness and it's kind of sweet, this is sharp. But you add Around the Campfire to it, it's amazing. And my dear sister-in-law, who I was a good consultant and reminded her several times to put Painted Leaves in her club because it's like her favorite ever, she tried so hard and then never pushed the last button to finalize her ability to put Painted Leaves in her club. And then the next day, which of course she did it the last day of the month, would have been then July 1st, she realized, oh, I never actually clubbed it because I didn't hit the right buttons. So good sister-in-law consultant that I am, I made sure that was in there because sometimes you just know people, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Black Forest Pine. This one's for my best friend. So, I know most consultants, They try to just stay independent and not too emotionally attached, but I just want to take care of my people, especially the locals that are like family members. My best friend has a bar in here. This was my, safety net for my sister-in-law. The longer that I have a club and the longer I'm a consultant, I'm sure more and more bars are going to be stories like that. So this is for my best friend who only likes 2 scents in the whole wide world: Black Forest Pine and Lilacs and Violets. So, and I do steal a couple of these bars, but she gets like 1 a year from me. She's also the person that only remembers to change her wax like once every 2 or 3 months. I'm not kidding. So this Black Forest Pine has smoked like woodsy vanilla, peppered tangerine, and wonderful deep, dark evergreens. It's a very rich scent, and it makes me happy too. So, we kind of share those bars. All right, the next one in here is Red Berry and Spruce. And this is another one that my sister-in-law likes, but this one I think is in her club. Oh, this is so good, you guys. This has got cranberry, raspberry, and real blue spruce. It's a distinct note that's in this. Blue spruce is different than your white pine, than your balsam, than your fir. And there's just a very specific grouping of scent notes here that is so nostalgic and one of my favorite Christmas time smells. What else we got? Ooh, vanilla cream. Now, I've been going through vanilla like crazy this summer, and I think I'm completely out of any of my floral type vanillas. So I'm really happy to have this. So I have vanilla cream in my quarterly, and I have Simply Vanilla in my bi-monthly, and I'm still running out of it. But this is wonderful. This was a really rich, nice cream and vanilla-y smell. It's mostly just like vanilla extract with a nice creamy finish. Really soothing, wonderful bar. But I think this was our January Bring Back My Bar that this one was in. It's really, really good. And if you had not had a chance to put Simply Vanilla in your club, because it's been a while since we voted that back, this was just as good. And so now I have them coming alternately. And still, I probably should have put a quantity of 2 in because I always run out of it before I get another shipment. Stroop Waffle Delight. This is probably like my favorite heavy-duty bakery scent. And I have a lot of them between my 2 clubs. This is so good, you guys. This is so decadent. It's nutty. It's buttery. It's deeply, deeply bakery. And it's kind of like the maple vanilla glaze, but this one lasts longer, and the nutty depth that this has got makes it, for me, just one of my all-time favorite bakery bars from Scentsy. It's a lot like pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath & Body Works. All right, the next one is the second Sweet Orange and Evergreen. So good. Just, it's so, so good. All right, oops. Next one in my pile is, this one's dirty. Uh-oh. Something's leaking. I don't know what it is. Anyway, this one is Autumn Blaze Maple. It's hard to read with the ring light. This bar is so nostalgic for me. Oh, it's so good. And we just got this back in BBMB, I think, in January. I was such a happy girl because now all fall, I'm going to get to melt this. This has maple. This has wonderful, like, warm wood notes. Pumpkin. Everything you want to make you happy in the fall is jammed into this bar, and it's phenomenal. I love it. Okay, that's Autumn Blaze Maple. Next one is Lush Gardenia. Now, this was one of the tragedies of last spring, summer, that they just, old classics get the axe. I'm telling you guys, they got rid of this, and so many people were shocked. And it's so beautiful. It's sweet. It's creamy. It's a dramatic bar. It's fantastic. And my older daughter and I both love this, and so does my mom. So 3 a year, it's just enough. But it's so good. And I'm so sad that they got rid of that one. But that's why we have a club. Cozy Cardigan. Now, this is a bar. I don't know if we're going to see this back this fall, winter. I've seen a lot of merchandise in clearance and flash sale in this scent. I've not seen the bar, but I've seen all the other products that they were offering. So I'm worried, and that's why I clubbed this. This is very gentle with amber silk, blushing rose, suede. It's just loveliness. Very good for a bedroom. Very, very nice fall, winter. And I'd be really sad if I didn't have it, so that's why it's in here. I hope that comes back, but I just am worried about it. Ooh, this is one of my favorite spice scents. This was a brick a couple years ago, Sweet Orange Pomander. And I had a very kind soul from the UK that let me see his new catalog, and I didn't realize that they have Sweet Orange Pomander in their catalog. I mean, I'm happy that it's in my club, and I know not a lot of people here in the US love this bar, but there must be a lot of people in the UK that have my type of taste, because when I look at their catalog and I look at our catalog, except for all the pumpkin, which I love, I feel like the English taste is more my kind of taste, and this is in there. They still get cranberry and tinsel across the pond. I miss that so much. I don't think we're ever going to get that back here in America. Anyway, sweet orange pomander is a spice bomb, and it makes my soul so happy. It has, to me, like a dried orange peel and heavy pomander spices. It's just so good. Super strong, long-lasting. I usually don't start melting this until the weather gets cooler, but oh gosh, you guys, it's such a good bar. If you're a spice addict like myself. All right, the next one is Whiteout, which is really my favorite of any of the peppermint scents we've ever had from Scentsy. I'm kind of hard to please with peppermint, and I think the reason this one works so well is that the golden apple and the sort of soft white pine type branches soften it just enough that I enjoy the freshness from the peppermint, but it doesn't bite me like that. It's got something like perfect peppermint or a twisted peppermint candle from Bath & Body Works. I just can't do that. It overwhelms me. This is nice, and it's relaxing, and it has that little bit of warmth and softness, and it's so good. That was just BBMB. I'm so happy we got it back. All right, the next one is Woodland Suede. Now, I just melted a bar of this a couple weeks ago, and I'm not totally in love, so I want to try again for the fall before I take this out. But there is a watery, mossy beauty to this. But in my home, it's not performing all that well. So, like I said, I'll try it again. Maybe it'll be better in the fall. If it's not, I think this one's going to get the boot. Not because I don't love it, but just because if I can't smell it, why am I going to keep it in my club? All right, the next one is the beautiful and dearly departed Summer Holiday. This was another one of the ones from this last spring, summer. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's my favorite spring summer bar ever from Scentsy. Although a couple that we've gotten this season are right up there with it. I will say Blue Coconut Beach has also captured my heart, and that I put into my bi-monthly club. But man, this has always been my favorite spring summer scent. Tiger lilies, amber, oranges, vanilla. It's gorgeous. Very, very relaxing. Very sunny, mixed floral. Gorgeous. And even if you don't like florals, you like that one. Saddle Up. Okay, now I'm so excited. I had been saying about 2 months ago that I missed the bar Saddle Up, which was, I think, May. What month was it when they first released this as a scent of the month, you guys? I think it was a May bar several years ago. Now, I like leather scents. I hate weathered leather, though. I can't do that. But I like barn-type masculine leather scents. Yes, and this has been always my favorite leather scent from Scentsy. So a couple months ago, I was bemoaning the fact that we'd probably never get it back, and then we were able to add it to club because of that country-born warmer bundle, and I was so excited. Because this is leathery, and it's got a little bit of like outside air type scent, but it's warm. It's not too heavy. It doesn't feel like you're, being suffocated by leather in a tack shop where there are no windows. It's just right. And there's a little bit of sweetness. So this is one in here I think I have 2 of this quarterly just because I wanted to get it in my first available shipment. But I put this in my bi-monthly. And I'm going to do a wax war between this and Vanilla Suede. Because I actually think this, I always have to do this once in a video. This bar may win out, or I may keep them both because I love this type of scent profile so much that I would like to keep them both, but when I get into a budget crunch, one of them will go. I think this might win between those two because it's going to give me a little bit more leather. It's so good. Anyway, I'm very excited to warm that. And so happy that it was like a random bonus for me that I had just been desiring to see that again, knowing I never would, and it just popped up like it did. Cozy Fireside. Here's my bar of all bars. Oh, you guys, it makes me so happy. This bar. Especially, some days when I film, I'm super perky, and today isn't really one of those days. It just, I need to film. I love spending time with you guys, but some days are better than others. I need some of this on a day like today. It's just so beautiful, makes me so happy, and I'm so glad that it's in my club, and it will stay forever and forever. I did have 2 bars quarterly, but I have a stack downstairs of somewhere between 12 and 15, and I only melt a couple of those a year because it's so nostalgic. I don't want to burn myself out on it, so I dropped it down to 1 bar, which is 3 a year, which is plenty. Okay, let's see what else we got. Ooh, I have Vanilla Oud, and I think this might, I think this is the culprit. This is what was leaking. Yeah. Oh, Vanilla Oud is so good, you guys. I know this is one of those bars that keeps eluding people, and we cannot get it voted back, and I bet at this point a lot of you are just frustrated. But it is beautiful. Ah. Oh, it's so good. Now, between Vanilla Oud and Saddle Up, this is more leather, oud, and vanilla. This is a little bit more like leather and outdoorsy, and more suede and musk. So this is sweeter, this is still deeper and more elegant. You know, you think of this and I think of like an English library or a very tailored gentleman with his walnut walking cane with the gold handle and his mustache and his top hat. Saddle Up, you know, good old American cowboy. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, Autumn Road Trip. Now, I don't think this one retired, but it was a just in case because I did not want to mourn the loss of this. This is one of my favorite of all the fresh fall bars they've ever done. It has apple, it has Anjou pear, and it has this towering silver oak note. It's so perfect and quintessentially fall. It is similar to Autumn from Bath & Body Works. This is a little bit muskier, but there are similarities, and that is one of my all-time favorite scents of all time. Autumn from Bath & Body Works. You can get that as a candle. I don't burn candles anymore. This is the closest thing that I have in a melt. It is absolutely spectacular. All right, next is Toasted Marshmallow. Now, here's one you want to mix with around the campfire, or just have by itself. It's a malty, roasty, toasty goodness of ooey gooey marshmallows that are charred a little bit. Ooh, this is a really vanilla-y one. That's delicious. I'm so looking forward to melting this. Ooh, and you know, by the time I'm done with the video, I have either wiped off all the makeup on my nose or I've added red wax and I always kind of look like Rudolph, but that's okay. Cozy Chai. Now, here's another one of my absolute standards when it comes to good spice. Oh, so good. So this is one where I just love it. It's sort of like gingerbread spice, very saturated, but homey, and I melt this all year round because it's just one of my favorite comfort smells. Really good throw. I hope you guys that were able to pick it up in the last warehouse sale really enjoyed your bars. Flower Shop. Now, here's another one that's sort of on the bubble. It's beautiful, though. It's like a florist cooler full of ferns, baby's breath, and those classic red roses. It mostly smells like the greens because, you know, those 2 perfect red roses that don't have any smell. This just is that. It's that bouquet that you used to get when you were like in high school and you'd do well and your parents would, you know, get you a beautiful bouquet of something to congratulate you. This is that scent. Makes me think of awards night. All right. Next is another bar of Saddle Up, because like I said, I wanted 2 in a hurry. So good. I'm so excited to warm that. And what's left? I think I've got just 2 or 3 left down in here. Whew. Okay, so I have the wonderful Hendrix, which I have had in my club for a couple years now. I had waited for years for Scentsy to bring this back, and it was a BBMB Extra in one of those January sort of bonus groups. So good. Pink peppercorn, patchouli, musk. Oh, gorgeous. I think tobacco flower. It's deep, it's warm, very sophisticated. I just love that. Okay, and then the last 2 are Bamboo Yuzu, which is probably my favorite citrusy scent, except for Cocoa Lime, which I always club too. But that'll go in my bi-monthly. This is sweet. It is very invigorating. And it's just a joy to warm. It's such a good citrusy bar. Very nice. And last but not least, I do not know if we're going to see this here in our region, but spoiler alert, I have seen this in something holiday across the pond. If we get it, all of you who are brokenhearted that Homestead Holiday was lost to you forever, you may be getting this back. We'll know after SFR for sure. This is so good, you guys. And this has been in my club since it retired, which I think was just last year, but I put it in maybe even before the option to put stuff in because of retirement, because I never want to be without this scent. This is like my number 2 or 3 when it comes to nostalgia for Christmas. This is such a hearth and home Christmas smell, like grandma's kitchen. It has blood orange, it's got fir needle and cinnamon stick, and it is coziness and nostalgia. I love this with farmhouse fir. Those are the 2 that I will often melt in November to kick off the holidays. Absolutely fantastic. So that is everything that's in my quarterly club. I took my time today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I am encouraging you, since it's almost August, be careful to save bars that you love. And if you've never started a club, please look into that so that you too do not have to deal with Scentsy heartbreak, and you can have your wonderful forever and forever bars with that always get your bar feature that you can do monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly, or have 2, or have all 3 if you're into it that much. So have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.